There are lots of mysteries that still remain unsolved today. Mysteries such as the reincarnation of the Pollock sisters, the Shroud of Turin, the disappearance of Sodder children, the inscriptions on Shepherd's Monument, and the Voynich Manuscript still captivates and puzzles the mind of many. Hi there, welcome back to my channel Knowledge Noir, and in today's video, let's look upon top 5 unsolved mysteries of the world. Number 5. The Reincarnation of Pollock sisters. In May 1957, in the small town of Hexham in England, 11-year-old Joanna Pollock and her younger sister, 6-year-old Jacqueline, were on their way to church with their friend Anthony when they were struck by an erratic driver. Almost instantly, the two young sisters were killed. Anthony, just 9 years old, died while traveling to the hospital. After the passing of Joanna and Jacqueline, their parents, John and Florence Pollock, were overcome with grief. However, when Florence later became pregnant, John became firmly convinced that the two girls would be reincarnated as twins within the family. Despite all odds, Florence managed to give birth to twin girls on October 4, 1958. The names chosen for the twins were Gillian and Jennifer. Interestingly, Jennifer bore a small birthmark on her left hip, resembling a similar birthmark that Jacqueline had. Around the time when the twins reached 3 months of age, the family made a move to Whitley Bay, situated to the east of Hexham. As the girls grew older, a peculiar phenomena emerged. Gillian and Jennifer exhibited a remarkable collection of Hexham, despite never having grown up in that quaint town. When the family eventually returned to Hexham when the twins turned 4, an astonishing occurrence took place. The twins accurately identified and labeled landmarks that they couldn't possibly have seen before. This included the school that Joanna and Jacqueline had been students at, the Hexham Abbey, and even a playground that their departed sisters had cherished. Similarly, the twins could identify the deceased sisters' toys by name. Despite Florence stashing away the late girls' toys, the twins began requesting specific ones, seemingly recalling them as their own. On one occasion, Florence saw Gillian was cradling Jennifer's head, telling her, "The blood's coming out of your eyes. That's where the car hit you." Number 2. The Shroud of Turin. The Shroud of Turin, also known as the Holy Shroud, referred to in Italian as Santa Sindone, is a piece of linen that has been attributed for many centuries as the supposed burial cloth of Jesus Christ. Since 1578, it has been safeguarded within the Royal Chapel of San Giovanni Battista Cathedral in Turin, Italy. Almost 14 feet in length, this artifact bears what appears to be two faint brownish images. These images depict the front and back of a slender, hollow-eyed man measuring around 5 feet 7 inches, suggesting a representation as if a body were placed lengthwise along one half of the shroud, while the other half was folded over the head to envelop the entire front of the body from face to feet. Notably, these images exhibit distinct markings that proponents assert correspond to the wounds inflicted during Jesus' crucifixion. There are many legends surrounding the Shroud of Turin. As per one legend, after the crucifixion and death of Jesus Christ, Jesus was wrapped in a linen cloth and buried. However, when the grave was re-examined after 3 days, the body of Jesus Christ was not there, but only the linen cloth was present. Many believe that the Shroud of Turin is the same linen cloth that was used to wrap Jesus Christ. The cloth include markings resembling thorn impressions on the head, patterns resembling lacerations consistent with flogging on the back, indications of bruising on the shoulders, and assorted stains resembling blood. The historical emergence of the shroud can be traced back to 1354 when it first appeared in the possession of the renowned knight Geoffrey de Charny. By 1389, during an exhibition, the local bishop of Troyes discredited it as forgery, asserting that it was skillfully painted, a fact confirmed by the artist responsible. Despite this, the Avignon anti-pope Clement VII refrained from definitively commenting on its authenticity but allowed its use as a devotional item, emphasizing it as an image or representation of the true shroud. Later popes, beginning with Julius II, however, assumed its authenticity. Scholars have conducted various rigorous analyses, employing scientific methodologies to establish or refute the shroud's authenticity since the late 19th century. Starting in the 1970s, various tests were carried out to ascertain whether the images resulted from paints, pigments, burns, or other factors. Unfortunately, no conclusive outcomes were obtained from these tests. In 1988, the Vatican distributed small sections of the shroud's linen fabric to 3 different labs worldwide for carbon-14 dating. All these labs concurred that the shroud's cloth dated between 1260 to 1390. However, some scientists questioned the methodology used in the research. The authenticity of the Shroud of Turin is still a mystery and a matter of debate among many. Number 3. Disappearance of Sodder children. On the evening of December 24, 1945, a devastating fire ravaged the Sodder residence located in Fayetteville, West Virginia, USA. Within the house were George Sodder, his spouse Jenny, and 9 out of their 10 children. Amidst the flames, George, Jenny, and 4 of their offspring managed to flee to safety. Unfortunately, the remains of the 5 remaining children were never discovered. Throughout their lifetime, the surviving Sodder family clung to the belief that the missing children were alive somewhere. On Christmas Eve 1945, the Sodder family celebrated joyfully. Marian, the eldest daughter at 19, surprised her younger sister Martha, who is 12 years of age, Jenny 8 years of age, and Betty 5 years, with new toys she had bought. The excitement was so high that the younger children asked to stay up their usual bedtime. At 10 p.m., Jenny allowed the 3 older children, Maurice and Louis, to stay awake a bit longer if they finished their course of tending to the cows and chickens. The father, George, and the older boys, John and George Jr., were asleep after a day of work. Jenny took Sylvia upstairs to the bed. Around 12:30 a.m., Jenny received a strange call from a woman asking for an unfamiliar name, accompanied by laughter and clinking glasses in the background. After hanging up, she noticed unusual things. Lights were on and curtains were undrawn, tasks that the children normally handle when staying up late. Assuming the children were in the attic where they slept, she closed the curtains and turned off the lights before returning to bed. At 1 a.m., a loud bang on the roof followed by the rolling noise woke Jenny, but she eventually fell back asleep. About 30 minutes later, she smelled smoke and found a fire in George's office around the telephone line and fuse box. The family evacuated, including Marian, Sylvia, John, and George Jr. Attempts to rescue the other children were unsuccessful. Marian sought help from neighbors for the fire department, while passing drivers tried to alert them too, but the phones did not work properly. Efforts to rescue the trapped children faced great difficulties. George tried to reach them from outside, but the ladder was missing and the water barrel was frozen. George's truck would not start. Helplessly, the family watched the house burn down for 45 minutes, assuming their 5 missing children perished. The fire department's response was delayed due to wartime constraints. The firefighters could only search through the remaining ashes, finding no bones by 10 a.m., which would have been expected if the missing children were inside. If you are liking this video so far, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Now back to the video. Number 2. Shepherd's Monument. There is a monument named Shepherd's Monument which was built in England in 1763. A painting of Nicholas Poussin is present in the monument, which is known as the Arcadian Shepherd. Below this monument, a cryptic code of 10 alphabets is written, which no one has been able to crack till date. Famous biologist Charles Darwin also tried to decode this code but was unsuccessful. Many theories believe that if this code can be solved, then it could lead us to the Holy Grail. Even after 2 centuries, no one has been able to decode this code, and it has been called one of the world's top uncracked ciphertexts. Number 1. Voynich Manuscript. The Voynich Manuscript stands as an illustrated manuscript meticulously transcribed in an enigmatic script known as Voynichese. Carbon dating places its vellum origins in the early 15th century, while some analysis hints at a possible creation in Italy during the Italian Renaissance. The manuscript inception, author, and intent remain unknown till date. Comprising approximately 240 pages, the manuscript contains foldable sheets of varying dimensions. Its majority showcases elaborate illustrations and diagrams, often adorned with rudimentary coloring. Among its contents are depictions of individuals, fanciful flora, astrological symbols, and more. The script is composed from left to right. Its name traces back to Wilfrid Voynich, a Polish-Lithuanian bibliophile who acquired the manuscript in 1912. Throughout its history, the Voynich Manuscript has captivated the attention of both expert and amateur code breakers, including those affiliated with American and British intelligence during World War I and World War II. However, even the efforts of notable code breakers like Prescott Currier, William Friedman, Elizabeth Friedman, and John Tiltman met with disappointment. So far, no one has been able to decipher this book, and it remains a mystery till date. That's gonna do it for today. If you like today's video, please like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification to receive all future updates. I hope to meet you in the next one. Thanks for watching.